Hi, Pexit here, and in today's video we'll review the Czech Medium Tanks. We will analyze all of the important information and statistics regarding those vehicles and explain how to play them. So, let's get started! Starting from the factor that really makes Czechs stand out, being obviously the gun, we need to say that it is truly excellent and equally deadly, but at the same time not easy to use and truly not forgiving any mistakes. In short, depending on tank tier, we have 3 or 4 shells in magazine, with very decent damage on every shot. What really makes those tanks so dangerous on the battlefield is the ability to clip out in such a short amount of time. As you can probably guess by now, the whole clip reload time is extremely long, which at the same time makes us truly vulnerable and easy target for our enemies. And that's why it is so hard to play in these tanks. Mobility is another strong aspect of Czechs. In TVP we can easily get to the position on time, but we can also change it really quickly. Access to such a mobility can be great for scout type player. However, it can also be used for wide and unexpected flanking. The choice is yours. The fact that we don't have much armor shouldn't be much of a surprise. And this factor, combined with such a long reload time, makes this tank so tricky to play. I wouldn't be counting on any bounces or ricochets, however, because of how angled our front plate is, they are not impossible. At the end of the day, we need to realize that our tank is really fragile and most of the shells fired at us will penetrate. While playing Czechs, we need to remember at all the time that we are the prime example of a glass cannon. And by that I'm trying to say that every our mistake will be heavily punished. In other way, we need to constantly think about our position, to not to rush too much at the enemies and to always have a safe spot for our long reload. The factor that will often decide of place of our game are our allies. Because of how defenseless we are during our reload, fighting on our own may not always be the greatest solution. And that's why, while playing TVP, we should always factor in the placement of our teammates. When it comes to the offense itself, on paper it may seem easy. Our aim is to clip out unseen and then run away to other positions and repeat during this method works. In practice it may turn out a little bit harder, but in short, whenever it's needed, we should always change the position. Our great speed and gun depression will allow us to do the wildest flanking maneuvers, which we should use whenever it's possible. Our perfect target would be as usual the isolated and distracted opponents without any support. Attacking such enemies will grant us a little bit more safety and will truly show the might of our magazine. What's also worth mentioning that whenever it's possible we should always use our high explosive shells, because they can truly obliterate some enemy targets. In contrast to the more classic medium tanks, we don't have much armor, and because of that we should avoid complicated maneuvers like hold down position or direct confrontation. Playing Czech tanks can teach us a lot of things at expense of our own mistakes. And one of those things is that sometimes the greatest solution is just to hit and run. So those are the Czech medium tanks. I hope this guide could deliver some basic information about these tanks and how to play them. You can also freely share your views on those tanks in comments down below. That's all from me. Thanks for watching and bye!